What's up, y'all? This Captain Nemo, and I'm talking about why one must be depressed to be God in the flesh. Why would I say that? You feel me? Because think about it. You're the most high, right? And you have to confine yourself into this body. You must bring information down. You must compress the information. You see what I'm saying? Diamonds is formed under pressure. In order to become perfect, you must put yourself under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. Life is literally stressful for that reason. Every creature that lives experiences stress. That's the whole point. You can't learn nothing if you don't go through darkness, you don't go through pain, misery, suffering, all that. See what I'm saying? That's the whole reason for your existence. It's to suffer. You feel me? But it's to learn through suffering. It's to transmute that suffering into something else. You feel me? And it's like, remember I told y'all how Christ, the reason why he drank so much, people are like, oh no, he's not drunk. If you look up how much bread this man eats, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. You see what I'm saying? And no one connects the dot that no person does that. You see what I'm saying? Christ doesn't think like you. Christ does everything for a reason. He eats what he eats for a reason. He eats, like I say, he eats a lot of fish because fish has a lot of iodine. Iodine corresponds with the throat, with the thymus. The throat chakra. Throat chakra is heaven. And Jesus is heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? And he's literally heaven in the flesh. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He doesn't do shit just cause. He's not you. You feel me? He thinks. But yeah, he is you, but you just haven't realized it. But anyway. He eats a lot of bread because he's drunk. I told you he has to depress himself. He has to, like, you see how most people, they drink, do drugs, whatever, to get away from themselves. He's doing the same. He's doing drugs to bring himself into himself. You see what I'm saying? To bring the Father into himself. He's not running away from his feelings. He's taking this to go to an even darker place, to get more in tune with him, to bring that out. Same thing with, like, hear me out one more time. Most people know LSD is connected to Buddhism. As much as people hate LSD, even though it comes from a plant just like psilocybin, it just look different. Goober. Even though it comes from a plant, it's connected to Buddhism because LSD is an awakening. It awakens you. That's why people don't like it, because they can't look at themselves. You can't handle yourself. I don't know a single person that can handle themselves and that loves themselves and that has like a horrible time on LSD, that just doesn't like it. Never met one. See what I'm saying? But yeah, like, this is also why you see like a lot of like people who be spending a lot of game and shit. They go through a lot of shit. Because you gotta think about this. To reach the light that is inside you, you must do what? Go to a dark place. Drinking impairs the vision. Can't see too good. Makes me narrow-minded. See what I'm saying? In other words, I see everything one way. I see things from a holy perspective. I see things as one. I see things as whole. You feel me? And it impairs the vision, makes it hard to think, but at the same time it increases blood flow. Like I told y'all, increasing blood flow, focus to a singular point. Like Ant-Man, when he shrinks down and his fist hits like bullets. That's what that shit does. But you just can't let these energies these tools use you. You must use them. Don't let the light manipulate you. You manipulate it. That's part of the lesson. See what I'm saying? It's like, how long are you gonna suffer until you learn that no, you're in control? How long are you willing to suffer until you're willing to accept the fact that you're doing everything to yourself and you can choose right now to make moves? See what I'm saying? God talk, alchemical talk. You know what I'm saying? Black magic, psychology, it's all the same shit. Mental realm. Must move in the mental realm. Shit, they even tell you in the throat chakra is amazing. The highest triad in the throat chakra. That's what they call it. See, people think like there's like, the throat chakra is the real halfway point because there's really 8 chakras and we're gonna get into that shit. I mean, you can count as many as you want. You can just make up an infinite amount because they're all just forms of light in different aspects of self, and you can create an infinite amount of aspects of self because that exists right now. Shit, this could be a chakra. You know what I'm saying? At some point, he has chakras. You feel me? But they said, anyways, there was like the 7 days of creation fall under the throat chakra, not the crown, not this, but under here. Because in order to get to the mental realm, you know, we're just moving off the mind. You're not really doing nothing else. You're just coasting. You're in the mental world. That's in the throat chakra. And it takes 7 steps to get there. They say, yeah, no, the physical world, like the one that pertains to the Bible, happened under this. This is before the abyss. Before you get to the dragon's eye, Lucifer's eye, Shiva's eye. Before you get there, you must go through the abyss, which is found in between the throat and this, in between the mental realm and the pineal. See what I'm saying? I forgot where I was going with that, but that was just a little side note. But yeah, A lot of people, a lot of these artists you see are real depressed, but when you really sit, like if I could talk to Trippy, if I could talk to Future, boy, the game. The game. Young Thug, oh my goodness. The way that they experience life is not the same as y'all. Oh no, what I was saying was, they experience the same thing from a higher perspective, you feel me? Even, you know, pertains to me. So it's like, I remember I was saying like, the chakras, they get higher and higher vibration. The light gets brighter and brighter. You see what I'm saying? But you gotta understand the chakras are within. In other words, it's like that you cannot perceive. It's ultraviolet, it's dark. You have to go to an incredibly dark place. You see what I'm saying? To bring that godhood into you, to open up these chakras, open up these channels, so that you need to open up the channels so that the energy can flow down. But you can't open them unless you go inside yourself, the quantum realm. Within, shrink down into yourself. You gotta get low. And think about this. Low vibrations, right? Getting depressed. Is a child's mind not low vibratory? It's a slow frequency, the way a child thinks. In other words, a child is literally you at your lowest, where you know nothing. That is you at your lowest. Yeah, you are your happiest. You at your lowest, you without humanity, is you at your happiest. But you go through this shit to find happiness in suffering, happiness in humanity. Human just means suffer. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You feel me? But you must find that love in suffering. Find that inner child. And I need to talk about inner child work, because this is not what people think, bro. You really think your child give a fuck about cartoons? Like, I mean, real, like, your child don't give a fuck about nothing. Your child really want to be outside with it. They want to be in the mud with the sticks with it. Yeah, sure. I be watching cartoons. I watch Looney Tunes. That's hilarious. One Piece, hilarious. See what I'm saying? Hilarious. I started watching that the more I retarded myself, and I find enjoyment in that. Because you know you do have to retard yourself to get into your inner child. That's what drinking does. Retards you. Childlike. Are you not like a sailor? You know what I'm saying? All jolly and shit when you're drinking. You feel what I'm saying? If you're not, then you shouldn't be doing it. Because you don't know how to use it. You letting it use you. You letting the spirits mess with you instead of you mess with them. You don't know how to dance yet. Take time, fool. Take time, but gotta connect with yourself before you start playing with these spirits. Because if you're not connected with yourself and they make a connection to you and you are not grounded in nothing, now you're rooted in them instead of them being rooted in you. And that is a difference. Because it's like this. Imagine you like somebody, right? And then you're not grounded. So you just end up all in their world. You say, fuck your life, you're just all in their world. See what I'm saying? Now you're easily manipulated. And now you're like, oh, now you're their toy, you're their plaything. And then you get mad at them for abusing you, but it's your fault because you knew the work required before you mess with them. You didn't ground yourself. You must be grounded before you can fly. You must be grounded before you can move. You must be rooted in self to elevate. You're trying to do all this, that, and the third, but you're not grounded in nothing. You know what I'm saying? You must ground yourself. You must depress yourself. Sit with your depression. Don't run from it. Sit with it and examine it. Why do I feel this way? Because now you're thinking. Thinking is the masculine force. Thought is the feminine. Thinking is the masculine. Thinking is how you navigate thought, the mind. Excuse me. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Think about like a cowboy. A cowboy pulls. You know what I'm saying? He herds cows. You know what I'm saying? He tells cows where to go. You know what I'm saying? He navigates. You know what I'm saying? Cows represent motherhood, femininity. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to direct femininity. You need to do this. Everyone is both a man and a woman. You need to learn when to use these aspects of yourself. See what I'm saying? So that one day you'll see them as one. But that's what I was saying. Thinking is the masculine, the light. Thought is the darkness. Thinking is how you navigate your darkness. So I'm depressed, right? I'm sitting in darkness. Dang, why do I feel like this? Oh, because she said that to me. Oh. Why did what about what she said to me specifically made me feel like this? Okay, now where have I felt this feeling before? Oh, back when I was younger. My mom said this, that, and the third. Okay, so when my mom said that, why did I feel that way? Because it's the same feeling, just manifested later. You know, they say you don't handle your trauma, it's gonna manifest later. So it's like, my mom said this, why did I feel this way? Oh, because my mom's, I'm like, okay. Now, why did you accept that? Because I don't care if you're 1 year old, 2 years old. Now, yes, I get it, you're subject to the external because you're not rooted yet. You're not rooted in yourself and your flesh and your humanity and your place on earth. But at the end of the day, you still chose to accept whatever bullshit you was fed. No, I don't care if it was 6 months. You still, even though it was unconscious, you still chose that. And And you might be thinking, oh, that's not fair. Okay, cool. Sit there and play victim and see how far that gets you. See how far your mental gets. Because it's clearly not working for you. You know what I'm saying? That shit playing victim gets you nowhere, bro. It just gets you in like a weird form of depression where you're not growing. You're just dying. And you're always dying, but you're not dying to live. You're just dying to die. It's a difference. See what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's okay to be depressed, but don't be like, oh my God. No, I say, no, I'm going through it, but I'm going through it. Because I'm going through my depression. I'm facing my shit. I'm figuring my shit out, knowing how to navigate. I'm learning how to navigate. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning how to go with the flow. I'm on the ship. And yes, sure, the waves is rocky, but I'm on top of it. I'm on top of the water. I'm still on top of the water. I ain't sunk yet. My cells is up. Feel me? But y'all, that's me. I catch you. I just thought about this. So the crown represents understanding. The eye is seeing, the throat is saying. They don't say God understood the light. They don't say he saw the light. They say he said, let there be light. Then you get creation. He said that. And then he did that. And then everything followed. The 7 days followed. I get why they said that now. Obvious as fuck. Obvious as fuck. And one more thing. I just thought about it. Fish is brain food. Nigga eats fish. Now I just told you that goes to the throat. But the throat is also the mental realm. You see, the main difference between Christ and humans, other humans, is everyone's like, oh, what does a doctor say I need to eat? What does a doctor say I need to eat? Because you can't think for yourself. If you need someone to tell you how to eat so you can get through life, you don't exist. You don't exist. Because there's no way you are a thinking person. That's how you know someone's that's how I base people on how real they are, is how well do you think. Can you think? No, it's either can you think or not. You know what I'm saying? There's no in between. If you can't think, you don't exist. See what I'm saying? If you need someone to tell you how to eat so you can function through life, you don't exist, because you're not eating according to you. You're eating according to someone else. They are not in your body. Yeah, you listen to, that's crazy. But you see, Christ moves on instinct because he's in tune with himself. He's like, oh, I have an urge to eat this. I have an urge to eat that. I have an urge to drink this. I have an urge to do this. I have an urge to do that. I'm going to do it. That's simple. See what I'm saying? You can think. That's what separates Christ from you. Your highest self from you. You don't think, bro. It's that simple. You're not thinking. People are always like, oh, what does the doctor say? What the psychiatrist say? What they say? And you know, that's cool when you at a level, when you are at such a low consciousness where you can't think. Yes, you'll use your training wheels, bro. I never did, but use your training wheels. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I'm saying? I look psychiatrist. I ain't gonna talk about that. Not today, but you know what I'm saying? My TikTok people know I ain't with that. You know, I ain't with all that extra help. that type of help. You feel me? But from today's standard, I'm not with that help in today's standard. There should be doctors, psychiatrists, all that shit, but not this shit. Why are you giving someone pills just because they think different? Crazy. Yeah, you're so in tune with the mind. Dumb rock. But if you need someone to tell you what to do, you don't have the right to call someone an NPC. You don't have the right to call anyone anything. Because what the fuck are you? Seriously, I've said this before. I said, bro, I told someone, I said, you don't worship God, you worship the government. Because without them, you don't exist. I said, what are you without their money, their school, their machines, their food that they get for you, without their medicine, without their hospitals? What are you? What are you? What would you do if that shit just went away right now? What would you do? You have no fucking idea. You have no idea. Because think of you like, oh, I'll hunker down, this, that, and that. Hunker down with what? The tools that they gave you? You know what I'm saying? I know people that can't function without a phone, fool. And yeah, you mean to tell me you with the creator? It's delusion. What my friends say? Delulu. I want to say this. There's nothing wrong with using tools at all. Like, I use tools, clearly. You know what I'm saying? I use tools, but I do not let these tools define me. I do not let my circumstances define me. I define my circumstances. You see what I'm saying? And this is not something that has happened until my recent birthday. But I'm hard on you because I am harder on myself. As hard as you think I am on you, you can't even imagine what I go through. What I put him through.
Nah. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it's just like, bro, just don't make that your end all be all. If everything was to go, that's what my point is. If everything went away right now, you had none of this, who would you be? How would you function? How would you eat? Where would you get the food? How would you get it? What would you do? If you have not answered this question, if you have not mastered that aspect of self, you have no reason to be thinking the way that you do, talking the way that you do, calling people NPCs and stuff. See what I'm saying? And don't get it fucked up. This is still God. Like, this phone is still God. These glasses is still God. They are further, but they are still, at the same time, there's no space-time. There's still one. You see what I'm saying? This is the original. You see what I mean? But until I can get to this space where I don't need this at all, I must use my tools. But I do not let my tools use me. See what I'm saying? Love yourself, be kind to yourself, but also be firm and hard when necessary. Be real with yourself is what I'm saying. Be real. All right?